What's up, South Florida? I'm Jenny Jones, and we're back with another amazing episode. And this time, we're going to talk a little baseball with a South Florida native, former Houston Astros player. He's a baseball influencer.
Yes, baseball instructor.
A baseball instructor and influencer. So we're going to dive into what does a baseball influencer do. So welcome, Jorge Correa.
Thank you for having me. I know we've been talking about this for a while.
Yes,
and I'm happy to be here.
And look at the beautiful day that we have. Beautiful
awesome
day, beautiful company. So let's just dive right in. Tell me, what does a baseball influencer do?
Well, I've been doing this for a long time, and basically we put out on the social media platform, we put out a lot of information for kids nowadays to help them with their development, a lot of training tools, a lot of tips and ideas on how to become better baseball players, and we just love to give out information to the public.
And this is free, right?
This is free. They could just log into Instagram or whatever account they might have, and we just give out all that information right at the tip of their fingertips.
And they're getting it from a former pro. He was a Houston Astro. He's the one that drafted you, correct?
Yes. I got drafted by the Houston Astros. I call it the late 1900s, okay? Back in 1990, and I played for about 3 or 4 years, and ever since I stopped playing, I've dedicated myself to training young kids to hopefully get to the level that I got to.
Well, but you also work with some older, like middle school, high school,
yes,
and even some of the pros when they've lost their mojo, they can come back to you and
exactly.
help them find it.
Exactly. I've trained all levels. My passion is training young kids, though, the younger ones that are learning. But I've trained guys from college. I've trained guys, pro guys, that, like you said, looking for that extra touch when they've lost a little bit. And I've also trained some high-profile people that their son, bring their sons to me. Like
So
for
next generation.
yes. Like I've been fortunate to meet Luther Campbell. His son is a baseball player. Udonis Haslem from the Miami Heat. His son plays baseball. He trained with me when he was younger.
You also did some work, or currently doing some work with my coworker, Donovan Campbell.
Good friend of mine. I mean, he brought his kid to train with me. Great guy. So yeah, I've been fortunate to give a lot of information and meet some great people.
But you're great people, man. You've got that knowledge. So, and I love it that you are sharing it, and you, like I said, you cater more so you to the kids because that's where your passion is. But
yes.
I've been to your clinics and I've
you
seen
were.
how
Yes.
you do it. So if I had a baseball, I might could show you a little something because I was watching him. But
yeah, she's got it. She's got it a little bit. She's working on it.
we working on it. We're gonna take it out to the ballpark.
Okay,
so
good,
you've also
good.
done some work with the Marlins as well, right?
Yes. I've been contacted by the Marlins many years ago when they had the RBI program, which is a program for inner city kids to help them out. They don't have a lot of resources to get out and expose. The inner city program with the Marlins does provide that to help them out, and we did that a couple years, and it was great experience.
Well, and I think we're at a point to where maybe some of the other sports are more sexy than baseball. So how do we get them back? Because baseball is fun, and I love being at the park and seeing the green grass all perfectly cut. I love being at the games. I don't want to watch them on TV. I like being at the games.
Okay. No. I mean, granted, baseball is a great sport. It's the pastime. It is a great pastime. But if you don't have a passion for the game and know about the game, you'll get lost. Okay, because it is a sort of a boring sport. I hate saying that, but it's not like football where it's a lot of action. Basketball, everything is up and down. Tennis, soccer, everything is running up and down. Baseball is more mental.
Well, you want me to tell you how I think baseball is?
What?
Is that if I'm watching, I don't like to watch, but if I'm watching, I can get up and I go get a snack and the guy is still right in the same spot.
Yes. And to be honest, I love the game. I've been playing since I was about 7, 8 years old, and I can't watch it on TV myself. Like it's something that it does take me a while to sit there and watch a whole game, but once you play it, you'll really get a feel for how much it takes mentally, and have a lot of skills to actually play the game.
Well, just going to your camps, I was able to see some of the things that I took for granted or just thought that the players were doing. But you said there was a method to the madness. If they're, if they're standing there and they're holding the ball and, he's looking back, and different things like that is what I thought that you teach in the class, that for the unlearned person, you just think that particular person's MO.
Right.
But it's actually techniques of the game.
It is technique. The techniques. That's why I do what I do. Where I train kids. I do travel to different states where they request a lot of my time in training kids, and that's one of the things I really teach upon. Is it's very mental. It is very. To be a pitcher, you have to be really mentally strong, because all eyes are on you. In baseball, think about it. In baseball, you're labeled as number one, right? For example, in baseball, all the positions are labeled, right? Pitcher's number one, catcher's number two, right? So the pitcher is the main guy. If there's no pitcher, there's no baseball. Put it that way. He's the one that throws that first pitch. Okay, so it is very mental. All eyes are on the pitcher, and you have to always be aware, be alert of all the runners that are on base, of who's hitting, what pitches to throw, and that's some of the things that I like to train young kids, especially at a young age, so they could start learning. They could start understanding that pitching is not easy, but it's fun, and they need to learn a lot before they get to the next level.
And like I said, I went to your camps, and you told me about a convention. I didn't know they had baseball conventions, but
Yes.
you went to a baseball convention and
Yes.
you did. What did you do?
Yes.
What did you show the?
Yes, well, they have every year they've had a coaches convention every year for college coaches, coaches, and high school, but it's just for coaching, tips and ideas about coaching.
And I was also reading that your parents and your grandparents migrated here to South Florida from Cuba.
Yes, they migrated here from South Florida, and they're the ones that introduced me to baseball. Back then, there wasn't as many resources as there is now, so I give a lot of thanks to them for introducing me to the game of baseball, because right now, kids have so much access to go online, computers and phones and social media platforms to get all this information. But back then, when I grew up, my grandfather used to take me to the backyard and let's throw into that tire. And that's how I learned. Yeah, just let's throw. So I learned all myself. I learned all.
Did you swing with a stick, or what? Did you have an actual bat?
No. Actually, when I was younger, I played different positions. I didn't just pitch. I played different positions. But yeah, he had a tire hung to a tree, and he just had a bucket of baseballs and said, throw the balls in there. Let's throw. Just throw the balls in there, And that's how I picked up a lot of my baseball skills, Not like now. Every kid now has everything in the palm of their hands.
They got teachers and instructors like you.
Exactly. When I got drafted by the Astros, I would say that was one of the highlights of my life. That's every kid's dream, is to get selected by a Major League Baseball team and be able to represent. So I represented the Houston Astros. They drafted me out of high school. I went here to Miami High, right? And it was a great experience. I won't. Sometimes I say I won't trade that for the world, because honestly, what I do right now with kids, I would say it's almost a fair trade. I have a passion for training young kids, but yeah, that experience with the Astros, I really want kids to have that memory.
And so you tell them about, this could be you.
Exactly.
right? Just pay attention, follow the instructions and the techniques that I'm giving you, you know, and then that along with your God-given talent, that could be you.
Exactly. And again, here in South Florida, baseball is huge. Baseball is around every corner, and if kids don't get guided correctly, they could, they could go either the wrong way. And I also do this. We do this. A lot of instructors here in South Florida are great, and we do this. Parents bring them to us, but it's a great way to keep them off the streets.
Yeah.
It's a great way to show them an avenue. That sports, they can really do a lot with sports. So yeah, I truly, every time a kid comes to me and I see that they're developing and doing so much better day by day, just makes me real humbled and proud that I'm doing my job.
So if I was to ask you, what is the biggest highlight of your baseball career, what would you say?
Okay,
And
so
I'm asking. I said if, but I'm asking.
well, I mean, this is a story that I don't think I'll ever forget, and I honestly said that once that day happened, I think I could just drop dead right there. Okay, but one of the biggest highlights of my career was growing up. My baseball idol was Dwight Gooden. Played professionally. Started off in the mid '80s. He was a major pitcher. Won several World Series, strikeout champion, you name it. So me being in high school, I followed him. I idolized him. And just about 2 years ago, he contacts me and said, "Hey, I've been following you. Do you want to come up to New York and do a pitching clinic alongside me?" And I was blown away. So that to me is a day that I will never forget.
That's amazing for somebody that inspired you to do what you do. To now you be able to come along and work alongside of them. That's got to be amazing.
That was unforgettable. And again, nowadays, every kid nowadays do have access to that in the palm of their hands. Like right now, the kids that I train, they could be training alongside all these great guys that train here in South Florida, like Miguel Cabrera, Giancarlo Stanton. They train in some facilities. Even the facility I train in, we have guys that come in here, that come in there, major leaguers, and they're working alongside with these young kids, and that is huge. We didn't have that back then.
There's a lot of things we didn't have back
yes,
then.
a lot of things we didn't have back then.
Yeah.
So
now, do you ever go to some of like the baseball camp, like up in Jupiter or anything like that, or you just?
Yes, I do go every once in a while, and I go check out some games. I follow up on a lot of kids that I train, and I'm still involved in that baseball world of travel ball, where I go and follow up. So yeah, I'm always around.
And how did kids come to be your passion, or teaching kids baseball come to be your passion?
The feeling of I did something to help them out.
You gave back.
Yeah, giving back.
Gave
Right,
yeah.
paying it forward. Just to see the kids. I've trained kids since they were 8 or 9 years old, and I see them now in high school or even college, or some guys that have gone on to play pro ball. And I sit there and I say, at least I gave my 2 cents to help them out.
There's so many people that in the Bible it says to him, much is given, much is expected. And I like that, you're doing it. You're giving back to the kids, because I could see the joy on their face and the light bulb going on when you were showing them the techniques of pitching. And like I said, the things that you were saying, I've seen them, but I just thought that was that guy doing those things, but it was actually a technique.
Right.
Like when I think you were showing them when the pitcher's on base and he's watching for somebody trying to steal a base.
Exactly.
I was like, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
Because we watched the game. I watched the game. Yeah, I'm watching for hits and strikes and and home runs. we're counting the stats,
Right.
but these are the things that you teach that aren't on the stat sheet.
Exactly.
They're not on the stat sheet, but that they need to know to take their game to hopefully the next level.
Yes, and it's basic techniques. I always consider myself that elementary school teacher that you'll never forget, right? That's the one that taught you the ABCs, the how to count, how to how to spell, how to write, how to read. So I consider myself as that trainer, the one that's going to teach you the fundamentals, the foundation of pitching. So yeah, like I said, at least my gratification is that I gave my 2 cents to that kid's future or success in baseball.
And like I said, if you get to see them turn it around or turn what you gave them into something, that's got to be so rewarding.
Yes, it is, and sometimes I'm so surprised. There might be some kids I haven't seen. Let's say he came to me when he was 8, 9, 10, 11. He goes off on his own and keeps working out and comes back to me maybe 5 years later. And I see this kid is a monster. He's big, and I'm like, wow, And I see him develop into this baseball player. It's like so, again, gratifying that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that they took the right path, that they really worked hard, and again, that at least I gave something into them.
Now, I also read that you did some work with a women's Olympic team.
Yes.
Talk
The
about that. Girl power.
yes. I did get a phone call. I would say about a little bit before COVID. The Women's USA National Baseball Team, which I did not know existed, and many people don't know. They did call me up and asked me if I wanted to be a pitching instructor and developing some of these girls. And wow, like for me, it was an honor. Number one, you're representing USA, right? And number two, I wanted to see how the other side was. I wanted to see what type of talent these women had in baseball. And what I saw was mind-blowing. These women could play. They could play. So, I mean, it was an amazing experience. I still keep in contact with a lot of them. They now have, coming up this year, they have a women's professional baseball league. And a lot of these women that I trained actually got drafted. So I'm looking forward to that.
So you can go and see. Those are the fruits of my labor.
Yes, exactly.
Labor.
So yeah. I mean, that was a very proud moment. Being able to represent USA. It was a fragment of what they are. It was a small role I played, but it was amazing. It was amazing.
You got to do it.
Yes,
like I said,
yes.
They got the experience and the benefit of you and your knowledge because, there's sometimes you can't pay for what you know up here. I mean,
Right.
you can give them so much, and they got to take it and take what they have in them and then try to turn it into something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, women's sports is really taken off.
Oh, yeah.
Women's sports is really becoming something. And I remember in one of the camps that I went to, I told them, I'm glad that I'm doing this. And I even said a speech that before my time is done here on this earth, I need to see a professional baseball league go on. And it's happening this year. So I'm very proud of that. I'm looking forward to it.
It's the year. It's the year or years of the women.
Yes.
Of women's sports.
Yes, it is, and there's a lot of people that I have to give thanks to for giving me that opportunity, and they know who they are. Not going to mention it's a lot, but yeah, that was a great experience.
So, a baseball influencer. So, when do you have time to influence? When you're busy with all these different camps and conventions and all of that good stuff.
I mean, I love popping videos every once in a while. I have a lot of people that I collaborate with, a lot of companies that have baseball products, and they send me stuff to do videos and all that. And every time I have a little bit of free time, I either jump into a facility or anywhere where I can, and I just pop a video. already so used to it. I can do it with my eyes closed. So I've gotten very, very good with that. I do have slight of a background in marketing, right? So when Instagram came out with video, you could make videos with music, and video, music, and baseball all together. I said, wait a second, I think I'm gonna do something here. So
in the music, I think they kind of judge you on the music that you select to go with your video.
yes, exactly.
If they don't like it, maybe your views are down. But
Yes,
if they like the music and they vibing with it,
Exactly.
the numbers are up.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, all the videos that I put out there, people seem to like it. Even though people say, "Oh man, you have about almost 100,000 followers," it really doesn't mean much to me. The followers, I just really like people to see
And get the
all the
knowledge
good
that you're
stuff,
trying to put out.
right? See how I train and all the tips and ideas that they can use for their training purposes.
Well, if somebody wants to hire you, do you do one-on-one or is it strictly class? How do you work?
Well, I do strictly one-on-one. People contact me, and they either contact me or the facility where I train out of, and that's how they get in contact. People call me from out of state to do clinics as well, and those people call me directly. But yeah, they have my information on Instagram. That's where people usually hit me up, and that's where I go by for the future.
We want to get back baseball. I mean, we know NFL is hitting. We know the NBA is hitting. But we want to see baseball. We like being out on the field and on the green, just smelling the grass. That's what we love. So that will do it for this edition of Talking on Water and my amazing guest, Jorge Correa. So thank you for joining us. It's my pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. This is amazing. Like I told you before, what you're doing here is great for South Florida. All the people that live here, all the people that are doing great things in our community, and this is awesome. Thank you.